Hey guys. So my brother actually came home last night. He was only there for a couple hours apparently. He had he has COVID. So I guess we all had COVID. And it explains why my aunt didn't get sick. My grandmother didn't get sick. I don't know if she's ever had COVID though. Yet at least. But we weren't like right close to her. We weren't like standing around her all day. Like we were pretty distant. Um that could have been part of why she didn't get sick. I don't know. Um but we had COVID. My mom and I and my brother. So I am very, very happy about that. That we finally know now what it was. And I kind of had a funny feeling that it was a strand of COVID because the way that it affected me, it was unlike any other flu. Usually with me, colds usually make me lose taste. They don't alter the taste though. They just make me lose it for like a week. Not a week, a couple days. Sorry, I said a week, but I meant a couple days. And then it comes back, starts to, and then after about, I think, a week, it comes back in full. But it only like dampens taste. It doesn't really alter it. Same with smell. COVID made me like, it altered the way things smelled. So smell was even kind of weird. Like I couldn't smell certain things and they made me nauseated. It was sort of like a pregnant woman with aversions. So things got altered. Smell got altered. Taste got altered. Colds, things only get dampened. You don't taste things as well. Same with smell. You don't smell with a cold. Period. You don't. Period. So this was different. And colds, usually the energy comes back after about 3 to 4 days, right? So this was very different. Never had this before. And 2 weeks, even though the fever went away, the energy was still kind of half there. It was really hard to do chores. It was really hard to just get up and go do things. It was hard to get out of bed some days. Like, COVID is a whole other thing. It's just a super duper bad flu, though. And here's how I think you can get over it without needing too much in the way of medications. Because you don't want to hinder the healing process. And I've heard, I'm not going to say that it's true or not true, but I have heard that certain medications can cause like the illness to linger a lot longer. So I think what's most important is a good mindset. If you constantly, sorry, my left ear, I've always had a problem with this left ear. This has been even before COVID. So my suggestion would be to have a positive mindset when you're sick. Because stressing raises your cortisol, right? We all know this. Even regular, just conventional doctors will tell you that. So, stress stress raises cortisol, which makes you more susceptible to lowered immunity. I will admit, mentally, I was not well for the first few days after having caught COVID. But as I started seeing improvements with my fever, I started feeling a little bit better. But the appetite part was what scared me. guess what? It's back. Everything came back in full. And my brother's on the mend now. He has no more fever. They said to just take Tylenol and if he needs it, I guess. And he's home now and he's good. A lot better. Don't know about food, but he's better. So, and the only thing I wish I could do is rub this in my ex's face. That'd be so fun to just watch him squirm in his chair as he's sitting there watching, listening to my voice. Because I survived COVID. He didn't think I would. He didn't think I would. And he wasn't willing to listen to me, to my confidence in myself and my, I was confident, pretty confident that I would survive it because I'm young. I don't have any metabolic conditions. I'm not constantly under stress in the way that most people are nowadays. Like, I'm not constantly on the go. I'm not constantly working. That might change if I remember to friggin' apply to those jobs. That's a whole other story. But I'm not going. I'm not always on my feet. Just constantly, day in, day out, almost 24/7. I'm not on call. I'm not living a crazy, hectic life in that way. Like, anything that I am stressed about, it's stuff that I can kind of put on the back burner and be like, okay, well, this isn't affecting me personally, it's just really bothering me. This thing's just really bothering me. It's not affecting me physically. It's not like it's something internally going on or something like my doctor told me or whatever. You know what I mean? So I don't have all those stresses. So, and I don't have a metabolic condition. I know that from my blood tests. So because of all of that, I am confident. And I survived swine flu. I survived other flus that I've had in the past. So I am confident. And I even said, like, look, I really do think COVID is a little overhyped. It's kind of, it shouldn't be made such a huge deal. It's not like it's killing everybody on the planet. There are so many people that have survived it. And they said that the younger, more healthy people that don't have pre-existing conditions are the most likely to survive it. So I was confident, but yet he was not willing to listen to me. And I said, even without the vaccines, like, the younger people with no pre-existing health conditions are very much likely to survive it. And yeah, that's whether they get the vaccine or not. Like, we know now that you can still get it with the vaccine. I'm not even trying to spread any rumors or crazy theories or whatever. We all know that you can still get it with the vaccine. Now, I'm not going to start playing the game of like, oh, but the vaccines would have prevented you from getting severe. Maybe that's why you were so sick for 2 weeks. No. No, because my dad had the vaccines and he still had long-term effects from COVID. Even after COVID was over for him, he had some he had some sciatic nerve pain, and then he developed Bell's palsy. So the vaccines aren't a cure-all either. I'm not gonna say that they prevent it, that they make it less likely to get severe symptoms. I'm not gonna say any of that because we can't say that. There's no, like, they just, like, and every body is different too. So it probably wouldn't have mattered either way. You know? Who's to say I wouldn't have still gotten sick despite the vaccines? And as sick as I was, who's to say that I would or wouldn't have? You can't say that. We don't know. Every body is different. All right? So anyways, back to what I was saying about everything else. So the virus has not affected me in the long term. I don't have any nerve pain. I don't have any seizures. And yes, I have heard, I'm not even kidding you when I say this. There is a woman that I was watching on YouTube who started having seizures shortly after she'd contracted COVID. So, and now she still continues to have them if, like, she gets too hot or something. So, like I said, COVID affects everyone differently. And if you already have pre-existing health conditions, you are more likely to have worse outcomes from it. Because COVID is a lot more intense. But it doesn't mean it's fatal. You know what's fatal? Rabies. Marburg. What was another one? What was another? I remember kids used to get scarlet fever. That was fatal. In a lot of cases. Caused a lot of damage. Anything that causes cytokine storms can become fatal. And COVID was one of those viruses. Now, you would end up in the hospital during a cytokine storm. I'm fairly certain about that. Can't make any guarantees because I don't know much about cytokine storms. But, yeah, this is YouTube. I can't make too many claims. Like, I don't know. Nobody knows. For sure nobody knows anything about how COVID affects you when you take the vaccine versus when you don't. So nobody knows. My friend had COVID too, and she was very, very sick. And she had all her shots up to date. One of my friends. I won't say names because, there's no need to. But anyway, she said her taste was off, her smell was off, and I think she said that she seemed like to notice it altered. It wasn't exactly gone, it was altered, and everything just tasted gross. That was me. Everything tasted gross. Weird and just messed up. So, all this to say, if you're watching, hey, ex-boyfriend, if you're watching, you know who you are. I survived COVID. So it's an inside joke a friend of mine and I have, like a very close online friend I have. We do that. So it's like, for example, I just won the game. Something like that, you know what I mean? So we do that. So in this case, I survived COVID. So, 100% taste back, energy back, smell back, fever gone, everything functions, no neurological issues, no seizures, no pneumonia, no medications I need to take long term, no mental issues, no nothing. Everything is back functioning like nothing happened. So, suck on it and rotate. Because you'll never hear the end of it now. You'll never hear the end of it now. If you find this, you know my voice. You know who I am. Yeah. Yeah, you know my voice. If you find this, biatch. Sit on it and rotate. Now I will be immune. I heard something about being immune for at least 3 months. I know that I'm going to be immune for quite some time because my dad never caught COVID. Like when we've been sick a couple of times before we knew for certain we had COVID this time around. We've been sick a couple of times before. My dad never got sick, and he hasn't been sick since COVID. So, I don't know. I don't know how long immunity will last for me, but whatever this strain is, I'm definitely immune to that one. I'm immune now. So I won't be catching that again. Definitely won't be catching that strain again. So, if anyone knows what strain we're at now, you can let me know because I don't watch Dr. John Campbell. I can't. You can just say the strain. It's okay. Just say it. Like, what strain are we at now? What are they calling it? Because that's probably the one I might have had. I'm pretty sure it's the one I had. Because they're still saying COVID is going around, right? And I might actually believe that to some degree because my dad said he had SARS, and that was after 2003. He had it, and it was like 2006 or something like that, or maybe was it 2006? I think it was 2006 or 7, or I thought it was 2003 right when it started, but maybe not. Don't know. Yeah, he was pretty stuffed up and filled up and coughing a lot, and I remember that. Oh, my ear. It's really bugging me today. But yeah, I survived COVID, biatch. What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do about it? What are you gonna do? That was the worst bout of it I think I ever had. And I've noticed, I don't know if it's true with all cases, but I've noticed with a lot of people, when they get it really bad, if they do catch it again, it's not nearly as bad, but I've heard of that with people, with a lot of the people that I knew. Like I said, I don't know if that's true for everyone. I can't say for certain, but I'm confident that I'm going to be immune for quite a bit. So, What are you gonna do about it, biatch? What are you gonna do about it? What you gonna do? I'm here. I'm here. Yes, I am, biatch. I know you're watching. Okay, I don't know if you're watching, but I don't care. I'm gonna rub it in his face anyway. I don't care if he's watching or not, but... Or is he a he anymore? I don't know. For all we know, he could have I don't know. I don't know if he's a he or a she anymore. And everybody seems to be... Anyways, I wish I knew for sure if he was a he still. Because it's YouTube, so I can't be messing with people's pronouns. So I have to be sure that he's still a he. So anyway, I'll say he for now. Hopefully he won't be offended by it, because fifis these days. Even if you just simply say he, and like if you forget that somebody transitioned and you say he when they transition to she, they get really upset. Like, they'll go as far as spraying you with water, and we've seen that on TikTok. So it's like, okay, just because we forget, you're gonna do that? Like, maybe calm down and let us try to remember ourselves. If we keep forgetting, we keep slipping up and saying he, don't spray us every single time. Just say, hey, I'm transitioning now. It's a she. I'm she. Don't be mean about it. Don't be yelling about it. Just say it calmly. And if we still keep slipping up, then maybe write some kind of note. I don't know, but don't be mean about it. Don't be screaming at people. Okay? So, hey, if you're watching, X, you were a boyfriend last I remembered, so I'm going to call you he and boyfriend for now. Hey, ex-boyfriend. Hi. You hear that? That's my normal sound of my nose. That's what it normally sounds like. That's my normal cough. I don't have stuff in it anymore. Yeah. What are you gonna do about it, biatch? What are you gonna do? 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 Huh? What you gonna do? Yeah. Alright, guys. That's it for this video. I'm feeling snarky today and I love it. And yeah. So be prepared for some fun coming up. My brother's much better. Everything's good. Everything's fine. We're going to be fine. Everything's going to be good. So I'll see you guys in the next video. And I hope to have some fun with you. And we're going to have a true adventure. And I wish I could do more reactions, but I can't. So you'll have to bear with me. Alrighty, guys. Later.